24, 2004 at the relay station north of St. Anthony for Keelan's 30th class reunion.
And I'm. How about Medicare benefits then?
What makes you think they'll exist?
Had a second question. We've talked around about it a little bit, wondering if we want to get together with more than just our high school class. Like some of these old guys like Cleve, you know.
Single, yes, like Chad. Yes, I live in California, I'm still single. I work part-time in elderly care, and I'm also into movie production and television production, and I also work on that area too. And I'm a primary teacher, and I work as a sealer, not sealer, bill worker at LA Temple. But in Orange County, well, Huntington Beach, surf capital of the world. You know what I serve in the side?
Hey, Domingo, take your shirt off.
You get comments like that from men, but the women. I was telling these guys, the people that really love, the ones that love me are old men, old ladies, bishop, dogs, and cats love me.
No.
But for some reason, the single women in this age, they don't think that, but everyone else thinks that.
Well, I don't have anything exciting for, I guess, since the last one, just working still at the site. And I did finish my degree finally, though, so that was a real accomplishment.
For high school.
And so I think I'm going to go back to school again this fall. I was waiting until my daughter graduated because I thought I would work on a master's, but so I think I'm going to do that because she's leaving, and I'm afraid I'm going to be very depressed. And I'm sure when they leave home, that everybody tells me it's great, but I'm not there yet. So she'll be going off to college, and so I think that's what I'm going to do. And then we have two kids. One that just got married. It was a year ago. Last fall. Yeah. And they just moved to Bandon, Oregon, and Jeff is a golf professional. It's beautiful. We just helped them move, and it's just really pretty back there. And then our other son lives in Seattle, and he's getting married probably next year. And so we'll have another one. And then Krista's going to Boise State, and that's about all we do. Is go see the kids. We start with when we're going to go see Krista in Boise, then we'll go to Oregon, and then to Seattle. And that's pretty much. And then all I do is work. That's my hobby. It's what I do every weekend, so it's pretty boring, huh?
I work in Los Altos, California, which is in the Bay Area. That's where I live. And I've lived there ever since I finished going to BYU. And I'm married, and I have 3 daughters. And my whole life is wrapped up in my family. And it's been really fun to see you all. And I came up a month ago to a family reunion, and that I was in charge of, and it was great to come up to this one. I went up to my cousin's family reunion. I have some Hawks relatives in San Anthony. I saw them. And for hobbies, all I do is work and take care of my kids.
It's pretty good.
Brother, my dad passed away. So we just took over his farm. 1984, my brother and I bought a farm, so we had plenty of food. Grow potatoes and meat. I live about 5 miles from work. I live in San Hills. Hobbies, I used to have a dune buggy, but I just sold it last year. Just live 3 miles from San Hills. I still have those forward. Still same old. A lot of hobbies. Anyway.
Better Paul here.
Not sarcastic.
The heavier Paul. Right now I work at BYU, Idaho, and still there, over 20 years. My job, I was telling Reed, it's a lot like, well, and other people, it's a lot like radar on MASH, like all the computer stuff on campus, just like radar. And that's probably what brought to mind Klinger and the cross-dressing. But anyway, I really enjoyed putting the whole website together. I hope we all use it and get to know each other more and better, and that we all actually send some things in so people can read the fun things about all of us that, of course, we're too nervous to figure out right now when we have to stand up. Hobbies-wise, as we were talking, I've been in scouting quite a few years in my life, and it was just kind of fun. I heard from the guy that's actually scoutmaster, I'm the deacon's corps advisor, find out that Paul has a real good hobby with finding Indian artifacts and other things like that. And I found that he has a real talent at that. So I know that we all have lots of talents that we're not, in a situation like this that maybe we wouldn't share, but please, email me so I can get it all on the website. And it'll be a living thing, so that it'll change when you want to put different things there. Just email me and I'll change the stuff. Or if your wife says, you shouldn't have put that, but maybe you can change and have me delete it and get it off of there. But anyway, thank you very much for coming tonight.
Been out of jail for a year now, so it's going to be challenging to get back in. This will be going back, don't worry, it's just, I'm a repeat offender, so I'm sure. last 5 years, I've been at the BYU Idaho in the counseling center for about 6 years now, and I'm still trying to complete a PhD. I have a little ways to go, and you know, I'm trying to stall that out as long as I can. But maybe I'll get it done that way. No, I will. I do kind of some interesting, have some interesting specialties in my counseling that apply to some in the room. And, I kind of specialize in dealing with sexual addictions, masturbation, pornography addictions. So there's some that I know Ramy's turned right away. And there's really 3 or 4 of you guys. And one of you women that I'd like to offer my services to. Yeah.
Just because I'm single doesn't mean I'm a weirdo.
No, you weren't one of the ones. Never mind, I won't go there. But I worked a lot with some interesting and strange situations for years, you know, abusive things, and I dealt a lot with clients who struggle with homosexuality and internet pornography and a lot of, you know, I don't know, strange things, a lot of marriage counseling, and I'm not a great counselor, I'm not a lousy one, I'm just sort of, you know, live this far above Forrest Gump, but I enjoy what I do, and I like it. I've been involved in that church, I've done a few things there, and I've served as a bishop for a few years, and so I can still take confessions.
But it takes to pay for it now.
No, I don't. I just enjoy learning the dirt about people. That's pay in and of itself. So. That's right. That's right. We have 5 children. That our youngest, they're all the oldest 4 are all married. We have oldest is a son that's married and lives in Boise, and then the 3 girls in the middle, all married. All 3 of them married last summer within about, I don't know what it was, 80 or 90 days of each other. So, yeah, 2 of them married 2 days apart. So I had to sell a lot of drugs last year. And then our youngest just went into the mission training center. He'll be leaving to go to Mexico, the Guacamole Mexico mission. And I do have some hobbies. I for about 10 years I did ball games on the radio for high school teams, and had a lot of fun with that. And then kind of got too involved with other things. And, I've done some hiking. I climbed the Grand Teton, trying to think of Owen's dad. Climbed Mount Bora last year, and Mount Kip and all this. Some things. This year I've been too lazy. I don't even know if I can walk from here to the car, so I'm hoping you guys will help me. But don't play athletics much anymore. Played for a lot of years, softball, basketball. And now the only thing that bounces on the court is my stomach. Anyway, that's the latest on me.
I still live in Boise. I lived quite a few places for a while. Moved back to Boise 10 years ago. So I'm still there and love it. Work for the same company as a technical writer, and I just love my job. As far as hobbies goes, I'm really not sure. I love to camp. That's been my hobby for a long time, but I haven't been camping once this year, so I don't know if I can say that's my hobby, but and that's I work. But and I'm not still single, but I've been single for a long time, so I guess it counts. I asked my insurance agent once.
Would you be interested in going to counseling?
No. He'd have to come to Boise.
Hey, love knows no bounds unless it's over 30 miles.
That's why you're still single.
I asked my insurance agent one time, because you always have to check the divorce, you know, and I've been divorced for so long, and I asked him once, so once I've been divorced for twice as long as I was married, can I say I'm single again? Anyway, that's what's been going on.
I moved from Salt Lake. I lived in Salt Lake for 22 years and moved back to Boise about 3 years ago, much to my daughter's dismay, who is 15. Utah is wonderful and Idaho sucks, but, you know, the other side of the fence is always greener. And I live in Meridian, and I work for a medical billing company. daughter just tried to call me.
Just tell your daughter, you know why the wind blows night, don't you?
Why?
Because Utah sucks.
The problem is it doesn't really blow in Boise.
I got trained as a chemist, and I've worked for a number of companies, but the place I'm working now, and I have been working in the same field since about 1990, is powder coatings. Now, what's a powder coating? Some of you know what powder coatings are, but if you ever saw Weber grill, owned a Weber grill, the side panels are powder coated aluminum. In fact, I designed the new coating that's on the tan sort of color coating that's on the new Weber grills. Well, I designed high temperature coatings is one of the things that I do. Also, this chair is powder coated. Most things are powder coated. You can run through now. What have I done for fun? Well, got married. That's by far the funnest thing I've ever done. We have 7 children, and I guess they're fun too. A lot of fun. And our oldest daughter's married and has a couple of children too, a couple of little girls, who are bar none the cutest little girls that ever were. I enjoyed riding when I was in school, and when I was about 35, which is now a long time ago, I decided I'd take it up again, and so I've been riding. I haven't sold any books, but I've written several, and I'm still planning to sell them out, 2 or 3. I really enjoyed it. And I wish I'd been a film. I wish I'd gone into the movies sometimes. You'd say to yourself, what do I wish I had done with my life? I wish I had made movies somewhere along the way. Maybe I still will.
Still can.
It's not too late.
Anything else?
I have lived around the world. I have been in every country.
State your name, Barbara.
State your name, Barbara.
You know it. I have not moved far. I live in Sugar City, Idaho. I work at the school district where we went to school at. I am.
You know what everybody's grades are?
I do. I know everybody.
All our grades are wiped out in the flood. She can't check.
Our records are probably destroyed.
No, they're not. They're in the safe. Aren't they?
I think
No, they are.
Would you be willing to change my English grade? Mona Wiley was the hardest teacher I ever.
It's too late, baby. You can't get your PhD by changing that grade.
That's not what Bailey does.
You've got to write the dissertation.
But anyway, I do. I just work at the district office for a couple hours a day. I do the accounts payable there, and then I go over the transportation, and we have fun over there. Matt Grover's the transportation supervisor, and we play around all day.
Don't tell me that. I believe that 100%.
I still coach a little volleyball at the high school, and that's about it. My 4 kids. I've got. Actually, I have a grandmother now. As of 2 months ago, I have 2 boys that are married and 2 daughters under them that are not. So that's it.
Again, have been there about 15 years.
You do? I never see you in that.
I know. We're downstairs now.
Oh, you got promoted downstairs.
It's a talent to be able to get paid everybody come out there and show up at work.
Yeah, you just go downstairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm over the lending department there, and let's see. All of my siblings live within a half mile from me, so we get together often as a family, all of us. Let's see, had a little battle with cancer the last couple of years, did the chemo thing, hair went, and Reed, you might try that. The chemo thing.
I have a
You know,
niece
it comes
conditioner for
back,
5
you can
years
change
now.
your hairdo really easy.
Yeah.
Like that, but I'm doing very well, and that is about it. I enjoy golfing. We do a lot of golfing, 4-wheeling about every Saturday when we can. Of course, still doing the church thing. I've been in and out of different callings and stuff, but other than that, doing very well. So, and you guys, we apologize, but Barb and I have to leave. I have another, speaking of church, my family, the Von Trapp Virgin family, has to sing in church tomorrow. And we're having a practice at 8:30. I told them we had to wait till after the meeting, so I apologize for leaving. We have to.
And what time is that?
Yeah. It could be pretty entertaining.
9 o'clock.
I believe Barbara doesn't work, because I'm on the school board in Fremont County, and we often wonder if anybody doesn't work. No,
That's what I get back to.
I'm just kidding. I've just grown old. I live in Eaton. I moved, I tell everybody I went to Utah, did my time, and came home. So, anyway, but actually we enjoyed our bout in Utah. In fact, my younger brother lives just down the hill from Kayman and Matt, and we try to stop very often. I've got 7 children, 6 boys, 1 girl. I apologize for not being to anything, but my right-hand man and is on his way to Iraq, my oldest son. So he was working his way in the farm. I farm with my brother, and Dad's finally retired, sort of, kind of, maybe. But we, I don't know what hobbies. One that Paul didn't tell you about is he collects old one-lungner engines, and you ought to see his collection and the restoration work that they've been doing down there. It's pretty awesome. So I just flit around. I try and stay out of people's way. I tell people that since I've been on the school board, if they don't recognize me and they forgot my name, I prefer it that way. That's great. I just water ski in the summer, snow ski in the winter, and farm. So
Broken any bones?
you know, I haven't. Not as of late. I've enjoyed a pretty good bout this last few years with no tragedies. So anyway, my wife was here.
I'm not in.
Well, she did good. That was a very fast denial.
I guess that tells you how. No, we won't go there. But we just kick around and enjoy life, try and stay out of people's way.
We'll see you guys later.
You guys, thank you.
I was a cop last time, I'm a cop this time. In the meantime, we went to work for church security in Salt Lake for almost 2 years. And it was awesome. Got to see the general authorities, never talked to them. But had a heart attack there. Went back to something less stressful than being a cop. There you go. We live in Meridian, just outside of Boise, about 2 miles from Alice. She keeps me, tries to keep me straight. My son is in the Navy. Where's he at? South Carolina. He's in nuclear school. He got the brains of the family. My daughter is a jockette. She plays soccer. She plays basketball. She's not intimidated by Dad.
Have you called her a jockey?
Absolutely.
Does she yell back?
Absolutely. She's a lot of fun, and couldn't ask for a better family. Becky and I, we've been married 27 years. I can't believe she's put up with it. But just glad to see all of them.
And Ken, as someone said to the last meeting, I remember, I think it was Rita, they said, can you imagine Ken is in line for one with a gun and bullets in there?
State the obvious, right?
No, they say that Alcoholics Anonymous.
How did you know that?
I've been in Reed's sessions before. Let's see, I'm doing the same thing, but our children have been gone out of our home for about 5 years, maybe. I don't know. lot of years. It's been nice.
Still there.
When our,
He brings his family with him.
yeah, our kids come home a lot. We have 8 children together. I had 3 and Gary had 5. And when my last son went on a mission, we went like this for several days. Because it was nice to have him gone, and when he got home, he got married, so it was really nice. So we've been on our own for about 5 years, so what do you do? And that's the big question, is what do you do? And so we've been going back and forth in our minds, and so my husband's decided to build a home, and we're not having it built, he's building it himself, and so it's been fun. I'm like a nurse. I hand him the tools and clean up after him. And he has all the...
Let me tell him a story.
No, go.
My helper. One day I'm down there and they needed to hand me something. I go looking around for her, she's disappeared. So I went looking for her, went out in the shop. She's got a piece of blue foam laid down on the floor and she's taking a nap. That's my helper.
Always a smart one.
But it's been fun. We're doing it ourselves, so we're taking a long time, and we'll be at it for about a year, I'm thinking. And it's been a fun adventure. He says it's our little adventure. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want this much work, so I sleep. At any rate, that's what we're doing, and it's been exciting. We've learned a lot. We've made a lot of mistakes, and we just keep on going. And it's been fun. It's been fun to have that experience. And that's all I've been doing. So I have, 14 grandchildren. So,
Wow.
yeah, and they're, the oldest was probably about 9. So it's been fun.
We have 7 kids. We have 6 boys and a daughter. 4 of them are married. I have a boy in Brazil on a mission, and a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old still at home. We're in the stage where all the kids are building homes, so they come home to stay for a while. So right now there's 11 people living at our house. So I'm here. So, but we have 5 grandchildren, another one on the way, and they just kind of roll along. They keep coming. So that's a lot of fun. In my spare time, I am a hostess at the Joseph Smith Building, and I play the piano at the Joseph Smith Building in the conference center. I play the organ at the temple, and quilt. And that's my hobbies. I'll tell you a little bit about our business. You might be interested in that. We do satellite communications for places that can't get communications. So we have people in Iraq. We have people, we do the 4 and 8 offices, so they're all over the world. Our latest project's been doing the temples in the Western Hemisphere. So we have people all over. And it's been good employment for our kids and for Matt's brothers, and it's well and alive. We're doing okay. So that's us in a nutshell.
He made me promise I wouldn't embarrass him, so he does a good job of that, obviously. Let's see, Bruce and I have 5 children. 3 of them are married. I have 5 grandchildren. The 3 girls have the grandchildren, and then we have 2 boys at home. And my youngest is a senior in high school. And he will be glad that maybe I won't substitute at the high school this year, so I stay out of his way. We live in Salem, where we have for the last 29 years, and we just love it. And we're starting to find out what it's like to be just Bruce and I. And so I decided that I needed to keep myself busy. So I went and applied at the school, and I just got accepted into the nursing program. So I am going to be a nurse when I grow up. Anyway, and so that's what I'm going to do. And I was accepted into the non-trad program, and I've been there in a year and a half. And so that's kind of what our life is. That's what everybody might have had. And so, and Bruce just kind of hangs around.
You guys still have worms, so to speak?
Yeah. We haven't done the worm thing as much this year because I've been busy going to school. So, but if you want to go fishing, we go worms.
But you can leave the first one.
I have everything except my nursing. Yeah. Here.
Why
like Reed, I'm finishing my GED. Working on my degree. We have 5 kids. We live in Bluedale, same place we've been for most of our life. Most of our life. 2 kids are married, 1 in college, 2 at home, and don't have any hobbies. Well, I guess I snow machine in the winter and work in the summer. All our kids around a little bit. That's about it. My wife likes to quilt, so she's a doctor. Let's say some sense. What else to tell you? I'm the mayor of Bluedale.
How many years have you been there, like 8 or 10 or something?
The end of this term will be 16 years.
16?
There's not much of a selection, obviously, in Bluedale. That's why I keep getting the job back. So that's what I do. A little bit of civic involvement. I've been in and out of the church. That's it.
Not for us. He's building a house.
No, yeah, I mean, a couple of us, I mean, I'm in the rental business, so I have some, I'm a slumlord, it's all slumlord, so I do that too, so I have some rental properties that I don't know why I have. Sometimes they burn down, and sometimes I have to rebuild them, so that's what I've been doing this summer now, so that's kind of it.
Let's see, we're married?
How long?
Yeah, still. 2 children, Kirby and Jessica. Kirby is attending DeVry University in Phoenix. He married last year, and we're expecting our first grandbaby in December. Jessica graduated from high school this summer, and she's still confused and doesn't know what she wants to do, so we'll keep you informed the next 5 years probably. And let's see, recently I started working. I work for the church, and I am in facility management, and we are over 17 buildings.
You're one of those PFRs, aren't you?
I'm the office assistant, how's that? And we have state PFRs and board PFRs, yes. Anyway, 17 buildings. 17 buildings, red properties, welfare farms, and I just kind of employees, and I pay the bills, power, keep carpets cleaned, build the buildings. Anyway, no, we don't talk about it. Okay.
We don't know.
Because if you mention Utah Power, we get stoned out of the building. So, anyway, I was going to say, and one of our pastimes or hobbies, or what we want to do in the future, is visit as many hard rock cafes and temples. They go hand in hand.
We're not talking mentally.
I have to agree with that too. I have 6 kids still. My first one is 26 now, still trying to figure out what he's doing in life. Since last we talked, I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, a 2-year-old granddaughter, and one on the way. One boy on the way. The boys have some weird contest amongst themselves to name all of their kids after cars. So the first one's Camry, the next one is Sierra, and the boy's going to be Bentley. I don't know what's going to happen. I have 2 in the Air Force. One's at Nellis. The other one's in North Carolina. He's homesick most of the time, which is very far away. The 2 youngest live with their mom in California. So what am I doing? I had a midlife crisis in January and decided to drive a big rig. Actually, it gives me more chance to get around. I decided I hated sitting around talking to people on the phone, inbound phone calls. Why is my computer broke? I can't figure out left and a right click. So I just, I don't want to do that anymore. So I get to see things that I haven't seen before, and that's cool. I'm still in the church though, Reed. I don't go in and out.
I forgive you.
In and out the door. My bishop had to call me a couple of weeks ago because I've been driving for him. I said, "Who are you?"
Do you drive for a company or do you own your own?
I drive for a company. I looked at that owning your own truck stuff. That's a lot of money.
So what company is it? So you
Swift. It's a big white truck. So get out of the way.
It's good to be Randy.
Hey, before we quit, let's thank Paul for all this.
want to point out, we discussed earlier that our class had the most brainiacs of any class, either above us or after us. We didn't have that many jocks. Look at the games, you know. We didn't get any dates, but we had some of the most brainiacs in the class that you can think of. I mean, even this, what I thought.
I want to tell you about my very first day at elementary school. The morning I was with Mrs. Myers. Then I went with Jeff home to his home, and they didn't tell me it was a closed campus. So Jeff and I just ditched and went home. And we came back, and there was Reed's mom. She threatened us within an inch of our lives. Says, do you want me to beat you here or beat you inside? What did I do? What did I do?
Psychology to repair what was going on. I lived with that.
What did I do? What did I do? She says, you can't leave. Well, no one told me. Well, I got to leave anyway. That's right.
No, that's, the only two white slips, and then he had to go home, she gave him the white slips, and then he had to go home and ask her or his dad to sign to get back to the class. So he was with it. His brother, he was teach what to teach.
Now, let me tell you, 7 periods, when I was a 7th grader, I had my mother for 3 periods. So I need some help. Where's some of the other, where's like Jerry Garner, Lyle Shirley, we know Chad Luke bailed on us, and I'm going to kill him.
Well, my sister's at the house. I couldn't get her to come, so.
Yeah. Where's everybody?
Jerry was in Newdale, he's just purchased a home, like, he got finger being out of pause, he works in out of pause. He's an acupuncturist. Fantastic acupuncturist.
But it would be. He likes over
Yeah.
I talked to Lee Nickel about a month ago. Her son is coming back from his mission in a week or 2, and her daughter's getting married after that. So she would have come, but she has those 2 things going. Then she'll come up. She's lives in Las Vegas. Her husband's architect for the church. There's a lot of stuff in there. Who else?
How about Catherine Dalley?
Oh, yeah.
She had the wrong, we had the wrong address for her. I talked to her dad this morning.
Oh, you mean the information was sent out, right?
And he was going to call her and tell her to get her act together and show it to her.
And now the rest of the story, I'd already talked to Catherine's mom. I was doing a PowerPoint presentation with the planning and zoning and had Catherine's picture up on the screen before the whole meeting started to see when Glenn would notice. Dorothy noticed. Anyway, but she's in Aramo. Catherine's in Aramo.
How about Brenda Muir?
Who?
Brenda Muir.
Who's that?
She's in Domingo. She was in drama.
I don't remember who that is.
That's okay, I
I
remember.
can look at a picture.
Speaking of drama, I want everybody to remember when Owen was in the King tonight. And I'm off stage, and I hear the whole audience just go berserk. Owen had been there, and his pants had fallen down.
And they ran out screaming.
And he says, dang, Taylor's in, and he's kept right in character the whole time. But it was so hard for anybody to stay in character after Owen's pants fell down.
See, there's a psychological word for that. I'll talk about it later because out of the eyes of the.
What I remember best is when Robin Howard, all the wives and all the children went down, and Robin Howard's skirt went up kind of over her head. And I fixed it for her.
I remember. Who wasn't? He's a gentleman, you know. Owen was the only guy that would do that. Yeah, he's
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Where's Peggy B?
I think she's really
Dean Zollinger lives in around Salem.
Yeah.
And his wife promised me twice that she'd get him here.
Promised me too, and I laughed. I said, I'll believe it when I see it. So,
Has he ever been to one?
no.
No.
Well, I talked to Joe Rasmussen. Everybody remember One-Toed Joe?
Yeah.
Anyway, I told him we were having this reunion, and I asked him if he was coming, and gave me a definite no. He assured me that those were years that he'd like to forget, but he has done well. He's the Elders Forum president out in Plano right now, and doing really quite well. Been to them.
I saw Mark Howard. I was asking about Bill Howard. He's still in Cordova, Alaska. He and his wife and Bill doing well. He was just served as a branch president down there. I don't know much about what he's doing, but you guys remember what he does down there?
It works for the school district, doesn't he? And then has a second job. Or the city of Chicago.
Yeah, he wrestles bears, chasing him.
Yeah, he wrestles bears on the side.
Where's Lyle Shirley? Anybody know or heard from Lyle?
He's still at MIT.
Hey, as far as
He never left. Like,
is Todd Larson the one that's passed away from the class as far as yeah. I mean, you guys, everyone knew he.
I'm still here. I mean, I'm alive, I think.
Yeah.
How about Bart is like, Bart Brown?
Bart's in Alaska,
We're still in Alaska.
very active, very.
Mark's in the Bishop Rick, I think.
He raised his family and they liked him so well they were staying in the house, so Bart and Corey moved into build a new home. So they could leave the one boy in the house and everybody could visit Alaska and stay with him instead of them. So, and Keith and Patty Keith Cutler had a family reunion and they have 5 kids and just barely Thursday got their 5th grandchild and they're doing really well.
And Jody's at a family reunion.
Yeah,
too.
Jody's next to us. I can't say the name of Jody's disease. She has, where in time what will happen is she will freeze, certain parts will freeze in a position. She's had a lot of pain, really suffered this last little while. So she's on some new medicine and doing a little bit better. But she's right next to Shane and I. She lives right next to us.
But she still doesn't like us.
Yeah. Still doesn't like Shane, what can I say?
Oh, yeah. Chad and Reed were one of the bigger ones.
Well, I was going to tell the story of Owen and Mindy's dad. You remember us at play practice? And there was a case of apples in the back room up in Miss Carey's room. And we got fooling around. We dropped the rotten ones on people when they walked by. But then we got a little brave. And Mindy's dad was coming down the road in his fuel tanker.
No.
Wasn't it you?
Well, I was involved, but I know it was Mindy.
Yeah, it was Mindy's dad. Anyway, an apple happened to go out into the road and hit his windshield and broke it. And to this day, when I hear truck brake, engine brake, you know, we heard that, and we all scattered and ran back into the other room. And then we hear this clop, clop, clop up the stairs, and the door just flew open. And we're all sitting there, and he started in, and he wasn't real kind. And Miss Carey, wasn't it? Yeah, Miss Carey. And we're all looking at each other. We finally had to.
Somehow the story got out.
Yeah, somehow we got found, and we had to buy a new windshield for a truck. So Owen did do a few things that were questionable. But just so that you rest assured, I don't think he was the one that threw the apple, but I don't know who did.
I remember Bert Stan kicking his butt clear around a potato truck.
Was he kicking my butt or hit me with a digger lady? And you know what? I'm at an age where I probably should have got...
356 help. That's the number you got.
I deserved a lot more than what I got, especially since I've got kids of my own.
Level and also high school.
I don't know the
I
name
think
of
he
the
teaches
college.
English as a second language, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what he teaches.
he even contracts and teaches a bunch of Koreans that come over once a year.
Paul, where's Paul? What's Hal Wilcox doing? Just ranching?
Well, he runs that feed club there on his dad's place in the winter, and then I think he builds fence for ranchers in the summer. Does that kind of stuff. He'll go up to Kilgore and places like that, round up cattle, Hagen bars, those big ranchers up there. I think he worked for Hagen bars for 4 or 5 years up on there.
Yeah. Yeah, Hal Wilcox is always.
Where's Kerry?
Talked on his cell phone.
He golfs, that's all I know he does.
Who does? Bruce?
Yeah.
He's a professional golfer, farms when it's handy, sort of, kind of.
Seriously, he's a professional golfer?
Yeah, he is. He's golf pro.
Oh, I forgot all about him. Yeah,
Does he earn money doing this?
Sufficient. So, yeah, and anyway. Kerry
I was not
Peterson.
gonna make any money playing basketball professionally.
You
Kerry
what?
Peterson.
I learned I was not gonna make any money playing basketball professionally.
Yeah, where's Kerry Peterson? Do you know anything about Kerry Peterson?
Kerry Peterson, last time
He lives in Florida.
is he down in Florida now?
For Continental Airlines or somebody. It's one of the airlines.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since high school. I remember from Kerry Peterson, one of the most slow-moving human beings I've ever met. One of the most mellow guys. I mean, it took a long time for him to say something and get something done, but I haven't seen him since high school. Kerry Peterson, that's good.
Do you guys remember Iron Butterfly? They played
In Gata Davida.
He got up and preached at me to play the whole 15 minutes.
Kerry Peterson?
Yeah, Peterson.
Wait,
No,
I got him right this
we've got to tell it.
Stand up.
Yeah, you guys are.
Cheryl, you're still hidden. Burke or Cheryl, one of you's got to move one way or the other.
We're in it, sort of see.
But not grouped together.
Try to get as many as you can.
This is kind of like an Al Qaeda reunion, isn't it?
You flipped off on me. I'll just have to take a picture. We're back. Now you can adjust with this one wider. Okay, got you. Okay,
Bruce, that's a camera. You push a button and it takes a picture.
I'm trying to delete you, Hank. Leave me alone.
You push a button.
And you know, we buy fertilizer from him.
Yes, you do. And I appreciate it. So does Jill. She can see. She was taking a picture. Was she?
How hard I've worked the last 2 weeks. I lose 25 pounds. I can remind me before you make my have a story about your mother. You probably heard
Why? That's a shame. People will believe you. But you know, every time I go on the bus, we're on You did that too?
I do.
Stand right there.
Yeah, that's what people always say.
You're on the east side.
camera.
We're at Camp New Fork near Pinedale, Wyoming. I'm Michael Steele, age 13.
Oh, hi, I'm Adam. I'm 13.
Adam West.
Wait. West. Yeah. I'm CJ Edgington, and I'm 12.
I'm Brock Davis, and
He's gay. I'm Blake Gardner, and I'm 15.
David
Flam, and I'm 13. Kenny Lawson, and I'm 13.
Blake Lyon's on 12.
Joseph Lyman, and I'm 12.
Mike Johnson. Do I have to say how old I am?
No.
Yes. He's
34.
Yeah.
Really?
How much?
34.
Hi, my name's Roland Gardner, and I'm 48.
Like he was little.
I'm Matt Lyman, and I'm 51. I'll be 52 on August 14th.
Do you know your social security number?
519.
Alan West, I'm 29. That close enough?
Close enough. We're going for swim check.
I'm Kenny Hunt, and I'm 12 years old.
We're at the water check in this gorgeous lake.
Yeah, you get to walk.
We're going in.
Good idea. Get down to the water, get used to it.
Yeah, I know.
No, wait. Salt, Great Salt Lakes. The bugs that cause
I didn't like gym because both obstacle course. Wait, you have to rock climb?
Yeah. Big paperwork thing. To do what? For anyone. For what? Yeah. For what? Like galleons? I didn't go that far up. I had to go. So I didn't go. They all say. No, I did.
I believe them. I went one.
Okay, fine. I was in 4th grade then.
It's pronounced Washaki, they say.
And then you were like, oh wait. And you took it to show it to Joseph or something. Joe! Is that right?
This is inside Matt Lyman's tent. Little deluxe. We're taking a picture of inside the tent, how clean scouts are.
Hey Kenny.
Yes? Thing was cleaned up before he
Come here
came.
for a sec. Who
Get dressed. Gee.
Yes.
Cope course.
I'm trying to get Blake's foot off.
Adam, we succeed with anger.
Oh, crap.
No, that's right.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, go ahead.
I don't care.
Never go kayak and stick to you.
Okay, get over there.
No, I'm just.
Leatherworking.
At least said I was hungry at the end.
Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3.
2, 4, 4, 5, stay alive!
Not bad. Far side.
No.
Don't go up that far. What? Yes! I'm playing.
Jay, get in. You're on our team.
No! Got it. No, I play.
Blake called it.
Watch out, man. Ready? Okay.
Whoa!
Oh, nice. Line. I got it. Set. Oh, something in the face. Yes. Adam. Nice. I feel something in the face. Yo. Mike, oh no.
You guys been watching too much Yo stuff.
Franco. Mike, this is Franco. Okay, that kid got purposely missing. Holding hands down the hall. Get it? Bro! What's wrong with you, man?
We're working on the environmental science merit badge.
South Africa's home. What's our district and all that? I forgot what it is.
Grab all 4 strands and pull it tight.
We're learning the tote and chip and fireman chit awards, safety on knives and axes and fire.
Shavings on them. It's not very nice. Don't cut living trees without permission.
Joseph is working on the life-saving merit badge, as well as Blake and CJ.
You have to swim 400 yards.
To do life-saving.
And then do canoeing. Dad.
This is Wednesday evening. We went out over the lakes with the canoes yesterday and got caught in a big storm. And anyway, I didn't take my video or the camera, and was glad I didn't because it was sure wet.
Here we go. Guys, check this out. Oh! I was going. Got it! Yes! Yeah!
Gary, you and that tree, I don't know.
Oh, yes! Good.
Go, pick it. We're between the trees. That's good, isn't it?
No, we're not playing football, sorry.
Sorry. Home run.
We want to see the hair.
Oh, it's man, I think I hit the that one. I got it!
Oh, in the box. That's game. That's a tough serve.
I knew that was going to be a bad one. What? Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
I got it!
Hey, it does work, Blake. That's a good idea.
All the many said you've done bad to me.
Okay, 5 minutes.
I tried. I'm sure
surfing the whole time, guys. Get on your side! Jeez! Over! Out! Okay, Michael, this is you. This is over that side.
Nice one.
Okay, this is my side. You! Oh my gosh! What? There's always one.
They're out.
No rock.
We gotta get that before we go. Head clear up there.
The ball has a problem.
Alright, Dan, right. Go from right here. Right there, one rock. Right here. No, that's perfect.
All right.
Yeah! Look out! Oh!